Hi everyone, welcome back to Intuitive Garden Tarot. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nicole and I will be doing a weekly energy forecast for this week of January 27th through February 2nd, moving into February. All right, we're already in the second month almost of this year. It's moving quickly. This is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. If you would like to book a personalized, detailed session with me, you may go to my website, intuitivegardentarot.org, and you can book a session there. All the information is on my website. All right, so let's dig in. We have for this week the Hierophant, Prince of Swords, Three of Pentacles, the Empress, King of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Ace of Swords. Okay, right off the bat, I'm not seeing any wand energy, which is the fire element, the creative spirit energy. However, the Hierophant is here, which is the major arcana, spiritual leader, if you will, healer of sorts. So let's dig in. As I said, we're starting off as the Hierophant this week, which is a very powerful energy of harnessing cosmic knowledge, cosmic healing from the upper realms and bringing it down into an organized fashion that can be digested and activated on the earth plane. And it looks like we're getting a lot of downloads and light codes is how I'm seeing that as well. And next we have the Prince of Swords energy. And this is feeling like getting out there, putting yourself out there, being in communication with others, maybe even marketing something if you're working on a business project, seeking information, sharing information, just in an innocent, not necessarily refined way, but of just getting out there is, again, how I'm hearing it, or putting yourself out there, putting your word out there, your ideas out there. In the recent past, we have the Three of Pentacles, which is, in this deck, to me, about really taking a fertile idea and or project again, or something that is being nurtured and bringing it into a solid material manifestation. It involves sometimes collaborating with others, so you might be sharing information with others or seeking information from others, learning something from a mentor this week, or making plans to study something. The overall energy is the Empress. Very lush, abundant, earth-focused, fertile mother energy, connected to her feelings, connected to the earth. And again, with that abundance, she's a powerful manifester. The pre-shuffle that I did to get tap into the energy before the reading brought up some interesting cards. We have Affection, Sorrel, and Divination, Chive. And that is coming up as I look into this Empress energy and feel into it. This week we have a beautiful new moon on the 29th, and it is very much focused on Venusian energy, the energy from Venus, which is love and material abundance and wealth and comfort, having more than you need, enough to share. So this is a really good time to tap into what it is you want to manifest, whether it's something in the physical material world, or if you have a romantic interest, if you're in relationship, you might want to um, be in a place of looking at, do you want to manifest a new element to your relationship or taking it to another level? If you are not in a relationship, this would be a really ripe time to put the call out there for whatever it is you would like to have in a romantic partner. And I love where this is going because we have the King of Pentacles as the energy that we're moving towards at the end of the week. And he is, again, a powerful manifester. He's very abundant, connected to Earth. He really knows how to work with Earth energy and the material world. And this, again, isn't just finances or physical stability. It does include your health, your physical body, if that is something you want to be learning more about or talking more about or consulting about. This is a really rich time to tap into your health and align with what it is your body needs. Next, we have the Seven of Cups. Very interesting energy in this deck. It's about bringing balance between your shadow side and your light side. And without being in balance of both, we're not as able to manifest what it is that we want to feel and experience in life. If we don't work with our shadows and work through our shadow sides, which, is our anger, our jealousy, whatever might seem the not fun emotions of ourselves, our own ability to manipulate, our own toxicity, our own dependence on chemicals. There is a chemical toxicity element to this card as well. If we don't work through that, then our manifestation ability or our choices are much more limited because we're just working with half of a deck, if you will, instead of all of our energy. So my sense is it's a good time to make friends with the parts of yourself that maybe you don't like, and look at that as an opportunity to grow and learn. And in accepting yourself, of course, we accept others more, we connect more with others, we separate from others and divide ourselves up into categories more when we're rejecting parts of ourselves. That's really what that is. That's what gossip is rooted in. If we can put the characteristics we're not so comfortable with in ourselves on other people and highlight it as something they embody, then it gives us the sense that it's all on them and not on us. So this is an invitation to really look at that and inside ourselves this week. And it's further supported by this Ace of Swords, which I see as a huge mental breakthrough, really reaching new heights of understanding, of cosmic understanding, much higher realm, if you will, perspective of how you see yourself, how you see your relationships and your health, and what it is you want to manifest from Earth. I think it's time to really level that up and go beyond our previous limitations. Somebody suggested when writing a list of goals or what it is you want to manifest or achieve in life, to write out that list and then next to it write out the list of what you think is absolutely impossible, and work from that one. So just even as a fun exercise, if you think taking your perception from here to here is a huge leap, which it is, just dabble and experiment with what would it feel like if your perception went from here to here. Maybe you're selling yourself short of what's possible and what you're able to achieve with your own mental energy. There's been so much talk and focus, including in my readings, about tapping into that heart energy. But this week I'm getting that it might be our mental energy that really is the key to unlocking and upgrading a little bit this week. So I hope that's helpful, and I feel like I need a little bit more to this reading to round it out. So I'm going to pick some of these Rose Oracle cards and see what the final word is here. Influences, resistance, stress. Very interesting. Okay, influences are further clarified with the words attachments, third parties, and peers. And you see this image of this woman's profile, and her head is just full of all these buzzards or birds flying around, gumming up the works. This could be about our programming or influences from others in terms of third parties. Some of you might be feeling concerned about what others think about you or how they perceive you. And by looking again at your shadows and what it is that maybe you don't like about yourself and making friends with that, you have the opportunity to really break through your previous level of understanding and kind of reach to that more crowning achievement of your own perception of self, which will ripple out into your perception of others. And the next card that I pulled is resistance. And you see somebody just there in the water trying to stay in place, but you know how it is if you've ever been in the ocean or even a larger lake. When there is movement in the water, you can't really stay still. This is encouraging us to go with the flow and to not be in resistance. The underlying words or messages are secret admirer, suppressing, and timid. And secret admirer is interesting, how this plays into the rest of the reading. That's kind of jumping out at me. Okay, so whether romantic or not, you might be holding yourselves or feeling tempted to compare yourself to somebody that you really respect and admire and look up to. But we've all, I'm sure by now, experienced hearing others that we might admire or look up to, whether they're in a public role or in a private role in our private lives. Very often they will acknowledge their own flaws or their own difficulty accepting themselves or their own fear of not being good enough. And from the outside in, you might think, well, how is that possible? You're so amazing. How could you ever feel that way? Because you're everything and more that I could ever hope to be. But when the curtain is raised, if you will, on everyone in their own dressing rooms before the show, I'm seeing that everybody has to put their pants on one leg at a time. We aren't in a hierarchical structure here on Earth as humans. We are all on the same level playing field, and I think it's time, as you level up, to allow that to be possible, to really, really try to embrace that as a theory, that we are all equal, nobody's better than anybody else, and we all have the same potential. to achieve our dreams, our goals, our successes. All right, stress. Underneath it says turbulence, tension, and arguments. And I'm really drawn to that deep crimson red umbrella that this woman is using to shield herself from the rain. And that could be adding another layer to this card. The Prince of Swords, like I said, kind of just putting things out there, not terribly skilled at communicating. The Prince of Swords or Page of Swords in other decks is sometimes known for being blunt. Much like a child versus an adult, they might communicate just straight up from the facts without any filters or sometimes lacking some grace. So here I'm just getting, take a breath before you speak. If you're in a tense situation with your surrounding relationships, perhaps even inside yourself too, if you're ready to tear yourself a new one or someone else, take a moment and think about the power of communication, the power of the sword that we wield, how heavy and powerful it is to uplift others as well as diminish others or hurt others. It is also known as the sword of truth, and it doesn't mean to not be truthful or to ignore the truth, because then we're in this card of denial, not really noticing that big black circle behind the white dove. I mean, sometimes the truth does hurt, but taking some time and thinking about how you want to communicate might come up for some of us as being some good advice for this week. Okay, very interesting flow. Started with love and divination and ended with, being really aware of tension and arguments. So obviously there's a little bit of everything in the mix, but focus on what it is you want to manifest. Again, this is probably the most important new moon of the entire year in terms of that energy. There's substantial amounts of manifestation energy available right now. Use it wisely, and until next week, I wish you well. If you would like to clarify anything in your personal life, I know this doesn't cover everything for everyone, please feel free to go to my website, intuitivegardentarot.org. I would love to give you a personal reading and dive deep into whatever questions you have. All right, take care, everyone. See you next time.